everybody, I'm Joey.
And I'm Alex.
And we are going cold this
we're
time.
going very cold. It's winter, so I feel like this game makes sense, right? Except not in Florida. It's not winter in Florida.
I was just about to say that.
It's like 90 degrees outside.
So hot. But now we are going to review Ice Floes and Foes. This is it's a family weight game.
It is.
And
it's a family game.
It's really cute. Two versions. There's one on Kickstarter. We have the retail version.
Yes.
So the components might be a little bit different. But tell you what, before we talk too much about this, let us see how it's played.
Let's.
Okay, so this is how you set up Ice Floes and Foes. It's a very simple game. This is the instruction booklet right here. And in English, it is only 2 pages. That is it. So pretty much this is kind of like one of those old coin pusher games. You've got all these different ice chips, I guess, or iceberg pieces or whatever. And then on there, you've also got these little arrows that just go in the center. But then you've got boats, you've got whales, you've got seals right here. And then you have got hunters. So what you're going to attempt to do is you're going to attempt to place these ice pieces on the board and push, and you want to get the boats or the hunters to fall off. And you push only in a straight line, you can't turn it. And the first time you push 2, then later you push 3. So for example, the first person might go like this. Push. There we go. All right, we got some ice pieces, but we didn't get anything that we needed here. So then second piece, I don't want to get this whale to come off, so I'm going to push from the other direction. There we go. All right, and ice bishop, that's 2. So the next person will then push 3. They're going to go from wherever you want to on the board. Let's go right over here. I'm going to see if we can move that boat. And now it stops. And go again from here. And you're going to push. Straight line. All right, so pretty much it's only been ice cubes thus far. Now, what you want to happen is, like I said, you're going to want to push off the hunters or the boats. You're trying to get rid of the hunters and the boats from the ocean in that area. Now, any player that gets 5 of those is going to win. Now, if you push off a whale or a seal, then immediately your turn is over, and whatever falls off that time, you don't get to keep. So it keeps going around and around, and you can use anything that falls off goes in the supply. So we can push again. Let's see if I can try to get this hunter off right over here. Here we go. And you have to push in a straight line. And I didn't, right there. You got to keep pushing. So because these 2 whales fell off and the hunter, I do not get to keep the hunter because I also push these guys off. So these all go in the supply. And my turn is immediately over, and the next person gets to push. So pretty much you're going to keep moving the board, putting more and more ice chips on there until one person knocks off 5 boats or 5 hunters without knocking off seals and whales in the exact same time. And that player is crowned the winner. So pretty much that is how you play Ice Floes and Foes. Very simple. Let's send it back to the studio and see what we thought about it. Okay, that is how you play Ice Floes and Foes.
This is a very, like I think we said in the beginning, this is a family weight game. So as you can see, when you're playing it, it is very easy to play.
It's a very simple game.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
And it's just, like we mentioned several times, the old coin pushers that everyone loses all the time at.
So much money at.
So it's similar to that.
Yes.
But component-wise, what do you think?
I liked it. I thought the cardboard was nice and thick. It wasn't flimsy or anything like that. The little pieces looked good. My only thing was that I sometimes noticed when I was playing the board on top of the cover, there's like a little dip, so it wasn't entirely flat, which is fine. I just had to kind of squish it down. No biggie, yeah. But the components, everything looks great.
Yeah, the components were really good.
Yeah, great quality.
Now moving on to the gameplay, this suffers from every type of coin pushing style game. I don't know if there's a name for that. The coin pusher games, like Kabuto Sumo. But the whole problem with it is when you push in, you have to push in a straight line. Well, it's really hard to do that because you push in a straight line. You're like, well, my line is going this way, and you kind of do things whether or not you want to or not.
Yes.
And then if they're odd shaped pieces, which makes it even more interesting, then the piece will turn. And you're like, well, do I follow the piece? Is that my new line? Do I push? So there's little things like that have to go through with it.
Yes. I just felt like when we were playing this game, it was just a little too long.
A little too long. It was a lot too long.
I just felt like, so we have a 6-year-old, we played it with her, and after about 2 or 3 of her turn, she's like, yeah, I'm done, I'm fine. You know, like there was no incentive to keep playing the game. You know, once you played it once or twice, you're like, I've got this, you know. And I think on the box it says ages 6 and up. You know, I think you could play it definitely much younger than this, and they may enjoy it more. But like I said, I just felt it was just too long.
It was, and then I hate to go back to Kabuto Sumo over and over, but that's kind of the genre right now.
Yeah, right.
A couple of things that Kabuto Sumo does better is I like the 3D pieces.
Yes.
Now this one has little 3D guys you put on, like you put the hunters on, the seals on.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know, you just put them on the actual little cardboard tiles and they fall off with them, and it just adds one more point to setup. I don't really understand.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to say. The setup was very fiddly. Like you've got to separate everything and then put it on. Yeah, it's a fiddly setup for a game that just overstays its welcome a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is the entire circle, the board, is too big. Kabuto Sumo is small.
Oh yeah, it's
so
tiny.
It's quicker to get those pieces off the board.
Yeah, so it makes everything kind of go a little quicker.
This one, and that makes it to where this game is too long.
Yes.
I mean, you're doing 5 pieces you have to knock off, and you've got 2, and it's been 20 minutes. You're like, look, I'll help you.
Let's just do this together. Yes.
And it's just, it overstays its welcome.
It does indeed. That is how I really felt. I've played this several times, and I played it with people who like board games, people who don't like board games, and everyone just kind of felt like this dragged on a little bit too long. So yeah, I think a smaller game board, as you said, would have helped it, so things could have been happening quicker. Yeah, and like I said, the setup is just fiddly.
Yeah, I agree. So all right, so that's pretty much it. You know what it is by seeing it.
It's a very light game.
What do you think about it?
It was good. Yeah, but I would give it a 4.
I get a 4. I'd probably give it a 5.
Yeah.
Just because if you have younger kids, they might enjoy something like this.
Yeah, I think younger kids are going to really like this more than a 6-year-old. Yeah.
But go into it knowing exactly what it is.
This is a light family game.
Yeah. So it's so not really recommended, but you don't want to sit on the table if it's already set up.
Yeah.
And somebody says we have to go in 10 minutes. You want to do this real quick and only play half a game?
Sure.
Give it a try.
Do it. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So that is Ice Floes and Foes.
There it is.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.